All right, we are live. Hello, everybody. I see that there's a glare on my glasses, so I'm just going to take these off. Happy Thursday. I just had a moment where I thought, wait a minute, what day is it? Does that happen to you when Mondays are a holiday? And we started on Tuesday, so I thought it was Wednesday. Anyway, happy Thursday and welcome to day 3 of our 7-day energy reset. I have been so thrilled watching all of you that are participating in this, who have watched the videos, who tried the workout for the first time yesterday. And I want you to know I am so proud of you for showing up and putting in this little bit of time for you and making this commitment to be here and do something for your energy. Today is a really exciting day where we're gonna uncover some important truths that you need to understand if you are going to find your fullest potential for feeling your best, right? And being able to have the energy that you need to get through your day. So get excited. This is going to be great. And those of you who maybe are just tuning in now because life happened, I know some of you messaged with me, you've been sick or something has come up with your kids. I want you to know it is totally fine to just jump in with today, right? Don't feel like you have to do all of it or none of it at all. It is truly okay to just come in and do the pieces of this that fit with you right now, because I promise every single time you show up, you're going to get something out of it. And I'm also going to gift back to you something. So be sure that you comment on the videos and interact, say hi when you're here, answer questions, whether you're live or on replay. Number one, because my favorite thing to do is coach, and the better you share what's going on with you, the better I can help you. And second, we have some recipe giveaways. Some of you have already gotten these coming into your messenger inbox. And so every time you show up, we have a giveaway for you each day, just to reward you for doing something good for yourself. So today's big question. Thank you, Jen. I've got curly hair. It wasn't curly the other day. But today's big question is, what is going on with our exhaustion, right? Because this is across the board one of the biggest things that I talk to moms about, that are wanting to be healthier, that are wanting to make changes, and they just feel like they're coming up against this this roadblock again and again. Like they're just so tired. They're just so tired. I'm just so tired. And it's hard, you know, when it comes to getting motivated to do things, it's really hard to do that when you just don't feel like doing it, when you're so tired. And so I want you to let me know, whether you're watching live or if you're watching on the replay, when you think about what is making you so tired and so exhausted, what is it that comes to mind for you? Because you probably have some ideas, right, about things. It might be, I'm not getting enough sleep, or, you know, I'm not eating well, or I'm just stressed all the time. I mean, you fill in the blank. What is it that you think is the root of why you are so tired? And as those come in, I'll be watching those here on the comments. And whatever this is, you're probably not wrong, right? But what I have found in my years working with moms and also in my own life is that sometimes we will kind of focus in on these little pieces of the problem when there is maybe this bigger picture that if we took this holistic approach and targeted this one thing that I'm going to talk to you about today, a lot of these other things will actually improve. Okay, so not sleeping well, not eating well, skipping meals, yep, not enough sleep, busy brain, yep, absolutely. Yep, these are all really good. Some other ones that have come up that I've talked to moms about recently is like hormones, right? Menopause, all these changes that our body goes through, either, you know, through pregnancy, after pregnancy, with, aging and perimenopause and menopause. And yes, these are all pieces to that puzzle. But I'm going to argue that the one thing that all of us are dealing with that is leading to our fatigue and exhaustion as special needs moms is this one thing, that you have needs that are legitimate needs for your body, for your brain, for your mind, that are going unmet, right? Your body has needs, and when those needs aren't met, our system starts to fire and throw out all of these things that wreak havoc on us, that lead us to exhaustion. So when it comes to looking at healing our exhaustion, it is looking at what are our fundamental needs, because as long as those are going unmet, I can guarantee you, you're going to be exhausted. So before I jump into some practical tips here, I've got to address this one thing that is truly the heart of why I started this coaching business and why it is called Oxygen Fitness Coaching. Because if you're anything like me, it can be very challenging, almost impossible feeling when you are looking at your child who has extra needs, right? And they're constantly needing help. You are managing maybe a household, maybe you're working a full-time job like I do, or juggling multiple jobs. Maybe you're a single mom, maybe you're a homeschool mom. All of these different things that demand our attention and our energy in a lot of the times extra ways as special needs moms. There's this thing that comes up in us that says that I have to give to everybody else and I'll put my needs last, right? I'll take care of everybody. I just have to give and give and give and give and give, and I'll put my needs last. Now, this is not a bad thing. This is in our soul as moms, right? Like there's times obviously where we have to do this, and it is this mothering instinct in us that is good and it is necessary. And I guarantee your kids may not be here, may not be alive today if that instinct wasn't at work in you. I know my son for sure would not have made it through all of the things that we had to do if I didn't just really sacrifice myself at certain times. But here's the thing. You cannot live in that place for very long. We can survive seasons, right, of this and be fine. But if you live over an extended period of time, sacrificing your needs for your kids, you are slowly going to kill yourself. And the exhaustion is the first sign of that, right? It's that burnout. I'm so tired because my needs are not getting met. And then this can lead into just some really serious chronic problems over time and literally end up taking your life from you slowly. So the oxygen mask principle is this: you as a mom have to put your oxygen mask on first before helping your kids, before work, before cleaning, before doing all of these other things. We know this, right? We get on that plane. This is when I had this aha moment for me as a special needs mom. I was sitting on a plane. I lived overseas at the time. I had no family, no help, a son who was born in medical crisis. And I was just thrown into this world of survival, and it went on for quite a while. And I finally got on a plane to fly home to go and see my family, and I was sitting on that plane and that announcement came on, right? If you're traveling with young children, put your oxygen mask on first before helping others. And I sat there in that chair and I literally started weeping. My husband is next to me and he is like, "What, are you okay?" I mean, he was used to me crying a lot because that just happened a lot those days. But I was just crying because I had this aha moment where I knew that I couldn't go on the way that I was without taking care of my needs again. And so a lot of you on day one, you shared with me, right, this big vision of why this is so important to you right now, what's not working in your life, of not having energy and struggling with this, and where you want to be, the things that you want to do. And so today I need you to get very honest with yourself about this one thing, that until you choose to put your oxygen mask on first, every day, with what we're going to talk about in a second, until you make this mental shift in your mind that gives you permission, that says it is okay, it's not selfish, I'm not a bad mom if I do this, that has to change first to open the door for you to do the things that you need to do to take care of you and get your needs met and start feeling the way that you want to feel, the way that you deserve to feel, and the way that you need to feel if you're going to continue on caring for your kids and your family long term. So if that's hard for you, let me know in the comments, because I know you're not alone. This was a big one for me. There was this just guilt that I dealt with for a while. And knowing that we need to meet our needs, I want to talk to you today about probably the most important thing that you can do when it comes to meeting your needs and setting you and your brain and your body up for having energy and feeling your best and being capable throughout the day. Exercise. Exercise is actually one of our fundamental needs as human beings. A lot of us, we view exercise as like this extra thing that I might be able to do, or that would feel really good, or yes, I know this is something my doctors say would be great for me, or I don't feel great in my body, or maybe you have weight loss goals and you know that might help out with that. I want to reframe this for you today and help you to see that exercise is actually one of our fundamental needs as human beings. And until this becomes a regular part of our life, we are setting ourselves up for higher stress levels, for worse mental focus, brain fog, hormonal imbalances, all sorts of health issues are connected to this. And a lot of us, we don't really see it that way. We see it as an extra. So today we're going to take exercise as being this like other thing that would be really great to do. I know you're here because this is what you want to do. And we're going to pull this front and center and start looking at what does it look like and why do we need to make this a priority. So just a little bit of like DNA history stuff. Humans as a species, we are movers. This is in our DNA. And if you look back, not that long ago, honestly, we as humans have survived, have thrived as a species because of our body and what our body can do and what our brain can do, right? So like farming and hunting and gathering and building and walking, so many human, can't think of the word right now, but cultures were nomadic and walking and just moving and bending and lifting all of the time. And now our current day and age, right? Like we are just so sedentary. We sit at computers, we sit on our phone, we sit in cars. There's just very little movement that we do. And this has set us up for just all sorts of consequences. And it's physical, yes, right? When we think about exercise, this is a physical thing, right? We know that exercise gets our blood moving. It does amazing things for our heart, for our joints and our bones and our muscles. And we see the decline of the body much, much faster in people who are not regularly exercising and moving their body. So there's this physical aspect, and some of you've shared with me coming into this that this is a part of it for you, right? You're dealing with back pain, or you've had shoulder injuries or knee injuries, or you're just feeling the effects of your body starting to decline. There's no really nice way to say that. If you don't use it, you lose it. This is the principle in strength training and just in our body. And a good picture so that you can understand this is if you think about an escalator, right? An escalator that is going down. A lot of us have this misconception about our body and exercise and what this looks like. We kind of see it as like a moving walkway, right? That if I just stand still, if I just do nothing or like do, my normal day-to-day, I'm gonna just stay on the same level with my body and my physicality. But it's actually not that way. It is an escalator that is moving down. So if you're standing still and you're just not really doing that much regularly in your daily life, you are on that downward slope. So intentionality is really important. But here's the other thing about exercise that I don't think we pay enough attention to, and that quite honestly, I am obsessed with right now. And Anna, the other coach in the program, she's going to come in and talk to us a little bit more about this in our next live training on day 5. But what exercise actually does for our brain, because this is fascinating stuff that now that we have all of our science and neuroscience and we understand hormones and all of these things that are firing in our brain, people who are not regularly active, their brain is not as active, right? When we exercise and when we move our body, it is like this supercharge to our brain. And things like concentration, problem solving, focus, mental clarity, this part of our brain lights up when we exercise. It's like we've turned the power on in this part of our brain. And so a lot of times people who are struggling with exercise and not exercising are also dealing with just this struggle in their brain. Sometimes this comes out even as like ADHD or just brain fog or exhaustion and just difficulty, right? Have you ever had a to-do list and it's just like, oh my gosh, I can't get this done? It's not always because you don't have time to do it. Sometimes it's because you don't have the brain capacity, because your brain is not firing on all cylinders if you haven't been exercising. So there's that part of things, but then there's also these hormones that we know about that come along with exercise. And these are, if you've heard of like the runner's high, these are hormones that our body releases, our brain releases into our body when we exercise. These are our feel-good hormones. They put us in a better mood. They help us feel more positive. We have a brighter outlook on life, on ourselves. We are less stressed, right? Our stress hormone really pumps up, and so much of our mental health that we deal with as special needs moms, like raise your hand if you are either diagnosed, medicated with anxiety and depression. This is not uncommon. I am there too. But exercise is actually the most effective thing for dealing with these mental health things because of the hormones that start working in our brain. Lowers our stress levels, helps with depression. If you deal with anxiety, I did a training not too long ago on exercise and anxiety and what this actually looks like. It's great for helping build resilience if you deal with anxiety, so that that feeling of overwhelm doesn't come on as easily if you are somebody who exercises regularly. So I could go on and on and on about this, but what you need to know is that exercise is a need, and it is something that puts your brain and your body into the best possible place to feel your best, to be able to do the things that you want to do, to have energy, and to be able to sleep better, right? If you struggle with sleep or good quality sleep or falling asleep, exercise is one of the greatest sleep medications that you can have. You do some exercise, you move your body during the day, your body is just naturally more ready to sleep. And when you have better quality sleep, it lowers your stress levels, and it's a beautiful thing. So this is a need, but you guys tell me here, you guys that are live, why don't we exercise? Why is this something that is not a part of your regular life? When you think about exercise, what is the struggle that comes up mentally with that? What gets in the way of that? Or if you've tried exercise programs in the past and not been able to stick with it, or you've tried and failed and it was like too much or too hard, like what is it that is the roadblock? Now, again, I've been working with moms for quite a while, and when I first was coming into this, it was actually right during COVID, and all of us had our kids at home and all of us were overwhelmed. And I was talking to moms about this, and it was always, I don't have any time. I don't have any time. There are too many things and I don't have any time. So in our next training, we're gonna look at this, and we're gonna look at our stress and our busy life as moms, as special needs moms, and do some problem solving on how to take care of that. But this program that I created, the 20-minute boost workout program, was designed with busy moms in mind, because a lot of the times we have this belief that if we're going to exercise, it's got to be something either high intensity or 30 minutes, 45 minutes, an hour, if it's going to be worthwhile, right? And this is what doctors will tell us. They'll say, try to do an hour a day, which is great, right? I don't have a problem with doing longer workout sessions if that's something that you can do. But when you don't have a lot of time and you're busy and you're tired, that can feel like an enormous jump. It's an enormous jump. And in my years working in the gym, when we would have people that would come in who were tired and were struggling with getting started with exercise, what we always did with them is we started them with 20 minutes only. And it's a good way to get your body moving if you're brand new to exercise without feeling overwhelmed. But it is enough time to get the benefits of what we just talked about. There's a brain scan that I can share with you here in the group that showed the brain after sitting still, sitting quietly, and then after 20 minutes of exercise. And what they found is 20 minutes is actually that perfect amount of time to get your body and your brain activated into that ideal place that we were talking about earlier, right? Like your brain is firing on all cylinders, you're in a good mood, you've got this boost of energy, and you're just feeling on. That's the word I like to use. 20 minutes can do that for you. Does not need to be high intensity. Moderate intensity is fantastic. It's just getting the blood flowing. And when you're tired, you honestly cannot expect yourself to go from 0 to like a high intensity interval workout where you're just go. We like that stuff, and that is good for our body to do some high intensity work, but you don't have to push yourself to the limit. It's exercise, honestly, it's not about burning calories. You don't need to track that really. It's about consistency and doing a little bit every day to help your body and your brain be at its best. So 20-minute workouts, this is it. This is what we have found is the secret to taking any mom who has been struggling with feeling tired. When we start with this foundational need of movement, it is absolutely incredible what we have seen this do for moms, because you're getting your brain and your body into this place where you are at your ideal. The other things that you guys have mentioned here that are a struggle start to become easier. It's easier to sleep. It's easier to rest. It's easier to get things done. So you don't feel so overwhelmed. You don't feel so frazzled, right? Taking time to eat better, right? We know people who are active just generally become more motivated and want to eat better because it's fuel. Your body needs that fuel, and you're gonna find ways to do that. And there's a lot of work that we can do on those other areas as well. But I want to challenge you, and let me take that word out of here. Not challenge you, but encourage you to bring exercise to the front and center of when you think about your needs and what is going to help you to have energy and feel your best. Start here and just see what this can do. To do 20 minutes regularly every day is what we aim for, ideally with our clients, but you're getting a taste of it for a few days. And give yourself permission to put your oxygen mask on first and do this for you, and just see what a difference it could make. That's it for today, you guys. I would love to hear some comments from you watching on the replay, you guys that are here live, about exercise and the roadblocks that you've experienced, and give you some support as you get moving in these next few days on this. So we have another workout coming tomorrow. I want to give you just a quick heads up on this. You're actually going to get two different workouts. We're doing a core workout tomorrow, and some of you are in different stages in your core strength journey. Some of you maybe have been exercising, or you've done some focused core work. My dog is here. And some of you maybe are prenatal or postnatal, or have back injuries, or have really never done any type of core training. And we have a special core workout that we're going to set aside for you. That one is a core restore workout, and it's just going to go through some real fundamentals of learning how to engage your core so that your low back is safe. If you're postnatal, it's going to help teach you how to pull all those tummy muscles back in and together. If you have abdominal separation, all of us deal with this after pregnancy. So watch for those options. Choose which one you would like to do. They're both fabulous, and they will both leave you feeling amazing after you take 20 minutes for you. All right, you guys, you can do this. I am cheering you on. I am here for you, and cannot wait to see how you do as you keep going. Pop any questions that you have here in the comments, and feel free to reach out if you need anything at all. Have a great rest of your day.